Alright, hi everybody, it's Ellie. My voice is still kind of gone and I'm coming down with a cold, so you guys are gonna have to deal with my prepubescent boy voice for a little bit longer. I'm really sorry, but that's just what it's gonna be. So this video is gonna be a little bit more serious than the other ones I've made because this one I'm gonna talk a little bit more about the hate that happens, against people who are LGBTQ and in that community. Specifically, I'm really going to be focusing on heteronormativity, which I'm going to go over, and I'm also going to talk, just about a little bit of general, just homophobia and whatnot. I guess we should just get started. I mean, that's about all I've got, so let's just hop to it. So let's just start by defining heteronormativity, or someone is heteronormative. It means that they just automatically assume that everybody in the world is straight. So for example, somebody who has heteronormative beliefs would walk into a room and say, that person's straight, that person's straight, that person's straight, that person's straight, everybody here is straight. They might not be doing it, consciously, but they'd still be doing it. Something that's kind of actually interesting is that sometimes Z talks about having the opposite feeling, where she just forgets that there are straight people in the world and she just thinks everybody's gay, which is a little bit funny, But back to the topic at hand. The reason why heteronormativity can be kind of dangerous is because the assumption that everyone is straight and that gay isn't really a thing can kind of lead to like homophobia and just general mistrust of people who are gay, which is never a good thing, but it still happens. And so another thing we want to talk about is just what is homophobia, because I'm going to be using it throughout this whole video. Homophobia is it's just the fear of people who are a part of the LGBTQ community, but mostly it's people who are part of the LGB and Q parts of that, because people who are part of the transgender community, there's actually something called transphobia, which is a fear of people who break or blur the lines of gender. So those are the two that you might hear more often than other things. But homophobia can really lead to just awful things. Homophobia is the reason that people are fighting for equal marriage laws, which I'm going to be honest, I think is ridiculous, because how do I say this? This is the United States of America. We advocate for equal rights for any person, regardless of who they are, where they come from, anything. And yet, people are still fighting here for the right to get married. And I just think that that's ridiculous. But what's even more ridiculous is the fact that a gay couple could go to the Czech Republic and get married, but they couldn't get married in the United States. Okay. That to me is ridiculous. That's just, I don't understand. And so, you know what? I think I'm going to go into some of this stuff about, marriage equality now, because I just think that it needs to be said, What people are saying, it just is appalling to me, because their logic for why you shouldn't let gay people get married is completely ridiculous, and it doesn't make any sense when you think about it. And yet people are still just believing it in it wholeheartedly. I find it completely ridiculous. You know? Like, so many people's arguments against gay marriage are like a religious thing. And it's like they're saying it's an expression of religious freedom, but it's not. Because you are oppressing the gay people who want to get married. Because, in their religion, I'm going to think it's okay for them to get married. But, maybe you don't see it that way. People often use the Bible, as an argument against gay marriage. But I'm just going to point this out. The Bible is not a legal document for a reason. Like, I don't know why that's not really getting through to people, but it's not. But the thing that people really aren't seeing is just, this is basic human rights. If some people can get married and some people can't, that's not okay. I don't understand why people aren't seeing that. Like, I'm just happy I live in Massachusetts. Liberals. Gotta love them. But people are probably gonna hate me for saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. This is what people are doing about, like, Christian people are doing, about saying gay people can't get married, is really giving, giving people a reason to dislike Christians. And, it's really hard for somebody like me who, yes, I am a Christian, but when people find out that I'm Christian, some of them say, oh, so, are you against gay marriage or something? I'm like, no, I am 100% for gay marriage. So I don't think people realize what they're doing, but not only is it terrible for gay people who can't get married, but it's also kind of annoying, for the Christians who are supportive of this, because people automatically assume that you're not okay with something like that when you are. And it just, it's just one of those things that drives me absolutely crazy. Okay, so that's about all I've got for this video. Actually, I think that might be all I've got for this channel. This might be my last video. So if it is, it has been a great experience. I love all of you who I have never met, but I'm sure you're awesome. I mean, honestly, just keep being fabulous if that's it. But if it's not, I'll see you whenever I make a video, but keep being fabulous.